What's up, everybody? Welcome to a recap of Week 7 of the 2022 NFL season. Anyone getting tired of me doing these videos? I'm not. This is my dream, baby. Not really, but you get the gist. What a week it was in the NFL. We had some players come back from injury. We had some big names traded, both before and after the games. We had surprise victories, surprise losses. A lot to unravel. Let's get into it. We start with Thursday night's matchup between the New Orleans Saints and the Arizona Cardinals. Finally, the Cardinals offense showed up. That's because DeAndre Hopkins, back from a 6-game suspension due to PEDs, he made a big impact right away. He had 10 catches for over 100 yards, and Kyler Murray didn't do much. Only got me 17 points in fantasy, which is respectable, I guess, but didn't get me the dub, unfortunately. So you got one more week, Kyler. On the other side of the ball, we look at the Saints. Somehow Andy Dalton threw for 360 yards, 3 TDs, but he did throw 2 pick sixes to the Arizona defense, and that was the difference in this game. Cardinals get the win over the Saints, 42-34. Go to Sunday's matchups. We start with the Falcons and the Bengals. Bengals offense starting to get into stride here. Joe Burrow, almost 500 yards passing, 3 TDs, 2 of them to Jamar Chase. And their offense is in sync. Defense starting to play good. Falcons were streaky hot. The Bengals D cooled them down. Mariota didn't really do too much today. And the Bengals, they get the dub over the Falcons, 35-17. Next we go to the Lions and the Cowboys. Dak Prescott's back and a little bit rusty, but luckily that Dallas defense, they were... he's happy that he has them. They had 5 sacks, 2 interceptions of Jared Goff, and Dak just did enough to keep this offense afloat. Lions, on the other hand, 1-5, not looking like a good season. Jared Goff he sucks. Like, defense wasn't doing any good. It sucks because I like Dan Campbell as a coach. They just got to play more inspired. Could be another top 3 pick for the Lions this year. Cowboys get the dub, though, 24-6. Next, we go to the Colts and the Titans. Not much really happened in this game. King Henry did his thing, over 100 yards, rushing. Tannehill, not really effective. Matt Ryan on the other side, not effective at all. Titans just did enough. I mean, that's really, I feel like anytime these two play each other, it's just who does enough to win. Titans were... on that side, this game, they got the dub 19-10 over the Colts, and reports were coming after the game that Matt Ryan has a bad shoulder, which is a cover-up where basically he sucks. So they're going to bench him. Former Texas QB Sam Ehlinger is going to step in. I think he's the 6th or 7th QB to play for the Colts since Luck retired. Not looking good. I think it's Frank Wright. Your job's on the line. I don't know. We'll see what he can do. Ellinger, whatever, however the hell you pronounce it. He's more mobile. See if they can string together a few wins. Weren't able to do it this time. Again, Titans over the Colts, 19-10. We go to the Packers and the Commanders. Something about Taylor Heinicke, man. Anytime he comes to do a game, he's not sexy. He's not like, you don't look at him like, damn. Maybe today, though, had a good couple throws to Terry McLaurin, Scary Terry. Had a couple TDs, but I think this is more about the Packers' offense and mainly their defense just sucking. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, he'll get you some TDs, but he has no playmakers. I mean, you can feed the ball to Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon, but that'll only get you so far. Packers are probably going to make a trade for a receiver. I don't even know. They're already 3-4. That's the most losses they're going to have in Matt LaFleur era. Doesn't look good, especially with the Vikings at 5-1. They got a long shot to win the division. So they got to put it together. But Packers are down bad. Commanders get the dub, 23-21. Next we go to the Bucks and the Panthers. Again, another QB that was just sucking. Tom Brady. We all know his mind's elsewhere. His marriage, his life, in shambles. Loses to the Steelers last week with Mitch Trubisky. This week, loses to P.J. Walker and the Panthers, who had just traded C-Mac on Thursday before. So they started Deontay Foreman, Chuba Hubbard. And Foreman, he had himself over 100 yards rushing, a couple TDs. Walker had a couple TDs. I mean, this offense, I don't know what was going on, but he looked good. Defense held the Bucs for 3 points. That's surprising. Bucs are down bad as well. Panthers, they get the dub, 21-3 over the Bucs. So we go to the Giants and the Jags. Giants, man, they just find ways to win. 6-1. Both Jones and Barkley had over 100 yards rushing. And Giants defense just made a play at the end. Jags had a chance to score a TD. I think it was Marvin Jones got the ball at the 1 yard line. Giants defense didn't let him in. They hold on for the victory. I don't know about. This team. I'm excited for this team. But it's just is it too good to be true? I don't know. We'll see how the rest of the season goes. But man, these G-men 6-1. I'm all about it. They get the dub over the Jaguars, 23-17. Next, we go to the Browns and the Ravens. Classic matchup between these two AFC North rivals. And Lamar didn't have his usual Lamar day. This was a Gus Edwards run the ball, 2 TDs type of day. Nick Chubb did his thing. But Jacoby Brissett didn't really do a whole lot again. Browns had a chance to make a comeback at the end of the game. Didn't really happen. And this is probably going to be a lost season, but at least they'll get Deshaun Rub-a-Dub Watson in there for a few games and see how he looks and try to run it back for next year and do better. But the Ravens didn't blow the fourth quarter lead this time. They got the win, 23-20. Next we go to the Jets and the Broncos. Jets, they're playing backup QB Brett Rypien for the Broncos, and Broncos had no offense. Jets just had to do enough to win, and they did. Unfortunately, they did lose Breece Hall, their awesome rookie running back, to a torn ACL. However, they did trade for James Robinson. I don't know why the Jags would do that. Yeah, BTN, but James Robinson, that's going to pair nice with Milf Hunter there. And Jets just found a way to win. They're 5-2. They get the dub over the Jags. Sorry, dub over the Broncos, 16-9. Next we go to the Texans and the Raiders. Texans could be the worst team with the Lions. I don't know. I didn't really write down any stats for them besides worst team. Raiders, on the other hand, this was Josh Jacobs' day. He had 143 yards rushing, 3 TDs. He got me 35 fantasy points. He looked like he was going to carry my team, but if Kyler Murray had done better, would have worked out. But the Raiders got to win, keeping McDaniels afloat for now. We'll see how long it lasts. Raiders over the Texans, 38-20. Chargers and Seahawks. So I'm about the Seahawks, man. I don't know. They're 4-3. They're first place in the division now. Geno Smith playing good. Kenneth Walker had a couple TDs, including a 74-yarder. This team's playing inspired. The Chargers, everyone thought they were going to be better. Their defense looking like shit. Justin Herbert, he had a good game. Austin Eckler did what he did, rushing, passing. But the Seahawks, they're on a mission this year. Can it carry them to the division title? We'll see. They get the victory, though, 37-23 over the Chargers. Next we go to the Chiefs and the 49ers. New team for Christian McCaffrey is further reported. He was traded from the Panthers to the 49ers. Only played a little bit in the first quarter. Showed some things. We'll see, as he gets more accustomed to the offense. But this is about the Chiefs and their offense. Patrick Mahomes over 400 yards, 3 TDs. Juju Smith-Schuster finally showed up, had himself a big game, over 150 yards, a TD. And this Chiefs offense is explosive. What else can we say? And their defense played well. 49ers, I don't know how far. They're going to go as far as Jimmy G will take them, and that could be a 3rd or 4th place finish in this division. But Chiefs, they get the victory over the 49ers, 44-23. We go to Sunday night's matchup between the Steelers and the Dolphins. Tua's back after missing some games with a double concussion actually, and he did all right. Again, rusty, coming back from injury, but just did enough. Dolphins defense, they picked off Kenny Pickett 3 times. Yikes. And this is probably looking like a lost season for the Steelers. So they'll just develop Pickett, see what happens, and check in with them next year. Dolphins over the Steelers 16-10. And finally, we go to Monday night's matchup between the Bears and the Patriots. Bill Belichick, what are we doing? Like, seriously, what are we doing? Mac Jones, he was injured, had an ankle injury, came back, you played him. He played 3 series, had an interception, and then you pull him, and you play Bailey Zappi, yes, who led 2 touchdown drives, including a nice catch by Jacoby Myers for a TD. But then that was it. I mean, this defense made the Bears look like the 85 Bears. I mean, this Bears offense is shit. I mean, let's be real now. I mean, they're a Pop Warner team at most. So, Belichick, you got to make a decision. Is it Mac or is it Zappi? And you stick with one for the rest of the year. Personally, I think Mac should have the opportunity to play the whole game to see how he does. You pulled him too early. There are reports saying that him and Zappi are both going to play. I don't believe it. But I don't know where this team goes. But the Bears, they embarrassed us. On Monday night in Foxborough, yikes. Bears over the Patriots, 33-14. That's it for Week 7. We're starting to see things churning. Like I said, we got the 6-1 Giants, we got the 5-2 Jets, 5-1 Vikings, still got the 6-0 Eagles, Cowboys are 5-2. We're seeing some real contenders. Obviously, Bills 5-1. Chiefs have a couple losses. It's going to be exciting. These still got 11 weeks of the season. Damn, you all tired of me yet? I might get tired of this. But as always, see y'all next week.